Hey guys, welcome to the next chapter, writing cover letters. Let me start off by saying this. People love letters. The feeling of receiving a personalized letter that is written exclusively to you, no other medium can beat that. Hence, this is a great way to get the recruiter's attention. Alright, that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So now that we have a great CV, an approachable LinkedIn profile, it's time to write an impressive cover letter. The idea of writing this letter is to introduce yourself and walk the reader through your professional journey to leave a lasting impression. An impression that leaves the reader with the feeling that you, as a writer, are a clear thinker and have impeccable writing skills. Now, there are a few important things to remember while doing this activity. Number one, we need to build a narrative and a story that helps the reader understand who you are and what you've been doing with your life, and possibly what you want to do with it going forward. So make it an interesting read. No one likes a bore, and you're going to be trying your best not to be one. The good thing is, once you know how to build a good narrative, you can simply use the same for interviews as well. Remember the question, tell me something about yourself, walk me through your CV, help me understand your background. All these questions are basically asking you about your narrative, your story. So this exercise will help you answer that question and also help you build a rapport in the first 5 minutes. Number two, don't be negative. Just don't. This isn't gossip or your friends that you are addressing. This is a future employer. So how you speak about your ex-employer, your project, your life experience, about yourself is going to be judged and held against you. So do yourself a favor and don't be negative. Number three, when you're writing for easier flow and readability, write short to medium sentences and avoid using abbreviations and complex words. Imagine you're writing to a 10th grader and not an industry expert. Your ability to write and explain stuff in simple terms will show your comprehension of the subject matter. So try and keep it simple. Number four, for grammar, use Grammarly. Simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Alright, now that we're past the basics, let's start with the cover letter. Number one, the first paragraph is going to be about writing the headline. Summarize your personal profile and key benefits in a few lines for the person's benefit. Example, you're a marketing professional who's worked for a while. So say, to give you a brief background of my professional career, I've been a marketing guy through and through. I've worked extensively with early and growth stage startups. My key contributions have been setting up growth channels, partnerships, and performance marketing teams. In the past 5 years, I have scaled 3 D2C brands to over 1 crore in revenue. Number two, from the second paragraph on, start building your narrative, your story. Go into detail about each part of your experience. Help them understand your organization, what work you did there, what you learned there, and why you left. For example, introduce the job. My first job at skillsharenow.com 2010 was to set up a marketplace for skill-based classes and workshops that happen offline. Then next, come to your role. Here I was executing both supply side and demand side roadmaps and helped the founders pivot from a commission model to a leads model. Next, mention why you left. After trying it for 2 years, we realized we were too early to the market, and as the market wasn't ripe enough, we decided to move on. So let's say you want to write the third paragraph. To maintain continuity, sort of say post that I joined roadfinance.com with my ex-boss to start off a new business division, and so on. So you get the job. Like you need bridges between paragraphs for it to sort of be more readable. So once you have written your introduction, your career summary in the first paragraph, on the second paragraph you basically start off with writing about your first job and then try and connect it to your second job. Explain to them how you sort of moved on from the first one to the second one using a bridge. Right? It should be more readable for the person. The reader should be able to comprehend your experiences and your motivations to move on to your next job. Now, in case you're applying for a job for the first time, mention your college experience in a few paragraphs, including your internships, your academics, what kind of exposure you got at the college, where all did you participate in the college, what all societies were you part of. Basically, you want to make it as fascinating for the reader as possible. It should not be confusing. Number three, in the last paragraph, explain why and what you're looking for. This is where you explain your motivations for looking for a new job. The easiest go-to reason here is to say that you're looking for a new learning experience or you want growth professionally. In case you don't have a solid positive reason, and I say positive reason, and want to say I need more money, I hated my boss, I didn't get any appraisal, etc. It's better to mention growth as an excuse instead of sort of telling them all of this. It actually helps not to whine sometimes. Actually, it helps most of the time. So stick to the positive reasons. Because anyone who basically is hiring people wants positive people in their board. So once you're done, this will act as a common cover letter for all your applications. So wherever you are applying, even on job marketplaces, job portals, outside of how we're going to do this, you can use this cover letter anywhere. So the core of the cover letter will remain the same, while the frills will change depending on where you're applying. So keep that in mind. And that is something that we will cover in the next chapter, in the cold email. Now let's dig into a sample cover letter so that you understand what I mean. I want to take you through my cover letter and just to give you an idea of how to go about doing this. I'll of course add the link to this so that you can view it later and understand it better. Like I said, you want to start off with giving a brief description of your overall career so that the person sort of just right off the bat understands what your experience is, who you are, just sort of give it in a nutshell, like in 2-3 lines. It helps sort of set the tone of the cover letter. So here I say to give you a brief background of my professional career. This is how you can start as well, or you can pick something different, but that's up to you. I've been a startup guy through and through, so this is exclusive to me. You can obviously tweak it to saying I'm a marketing guy, or I'm a business development professional through and through. This is where I've worked exclusively. This is the function that I've worked exclusively. So you want to basically try and encapsulate your professional experience in a nutshell. My key contributions have been to set up product operations. Here you can say, have been to basically crack major deals or build these products, build these back-end functionalities to help scale, health tech startups, or to help scale insurance tech, depending on where you and with what industry you worked in and what your interest lies in, and what you've actually done basically. So the first paragraph has to be that you have to sort of be very concise about your overall profession. Next, you want to start off with your first job and sort of explain what the company is, or if the company is big, then just try and sort of say that what department it is, so that you introduce the context of what the department's function was, and what you did within your role, right? Because that's also equally important. And try and sort of give them an idea of what you did without sort of confusing them. Language should be simple and should be able to sort of if, let's say, like I said, a 10th grader sort of reads this, they should be able to make out what you did. You don't have to sort of make it very complicated for the person to, you don't have to complicate words to seem smart. I think should just make it easier for the person to read. So you start off with the company introduction, what you did, and then after 2 years we realized it was too early to market, so we decided to move on from that. Post which I decided to join Kadir. So you want to start build a bridge. Basically this is what the bridge is. That post which after the first job I basically decided to join the next one along with one of the co-founders, because that's really the connecting part. How did I find the next job was basically that my co-founder took me along for the next one, right? So to start a new division called Auto Finance. And here I was building products, learning how to sort of digitize stuff. I learned the discipline of product management, and again, so this is the second experience. And then the bridge comes to expand my horizon. I decided to. So the expand my horizon is basically I wanted a more challenging opportunity to understand how to build out businesses. So I joined a different company. So this could be this is the second bridge. And then what did I do there? I learned how to run a business, how to scale revenue, how to sort of manage a team. So you want to expand on what you did there, right? And then third bridge is after a very successful stint, I decided to follow my passion. So this is how I got into the next job, how I started my own startup. So you want to give the person a story. That's what you're going for. You're trying to build a narrative in the person's head on how you sort of came about making those decisions. How did you get started? How did you make the next step? And then how does the story unfold? So it should sort of read and flow without surprising the person. The person shouldn't sort of get confused in the middle and stop saying, what happened here? I don't understand. So it should be clear enough. Of course, you can sort of leave the details for the conversation itself. So don't worry about that. Try and sort of at least help the person out to understand who you are right off the bat. So here I learned branding, funnel marketing, etc., etc. And yeah, so the last one is now that the brand is automated, now I'm looking out for opportunities again in consulting. Let's say you're from that background or you're a fresher, you want basically like get exposed to startup culture. So now I'm looking for exposure to how to work in this industry because that's where I'm passionate to. So you can sort of, this is where you can mention your motives and what you aspire to sort of do and like what do you hope to do. This is that paragraph, and like write it in a very succinct way so that the person doesn't suspect confusion, right? At least it should come across as that you're clear on what you want, because that could be your CTA, right? Like the next thing the person would do is basically open your CV. So till now you should have built your narrative. They should have a clear idea of what your professional journey has been, how do you make your decisions, what kind of work you've done, and what do you want to do next. And then they sort of would click through your CV and understand if you could be a right fit for their company or not, and then they would sort of reply back. So this is the cover letter. The aim of the cover letter is to basically set the context, is to give the reader a narrative, a story to who you are, right? So I think I've covered all of it. I think that sort of does it. That's the end of this chapter. Thanks for watching this video.